Well, if blaming the fans, antagonizing the fans led to nobody tuning into your show, the logical thing for most of us would probably be to do a little self-reflection. Perhaps wonder a little bit more how you could have changed things. But we're not Hollywood weirdos. We're not self-absorbed clowns who don't really care about the IPs that we're profiting from. We're not, I don't know, idiots. I don't really know how else to describe it. This behavior. If you followed the channel yesterday, you saw one of the most hilarious get woke, go broke moments in history, where Cowboy Bebop was canceled after just one season on Netflix because nobody watched it. The critics thought it was bad. The few people who did watch it thought it was bad. And now people on the show are out there basically blaming the fans for its cancellation and trying to lord over them how they're totally missing out on all this awesome stuff that would have happened. Absolute hilarity. That after a quick word from this video's sponsor, Meta PCs. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Meta PCs. Now I know you're not going to run out and quick buy a brand new computer just because I ran this ad, but what I would hope is that you'll keep Meta PCs in mind for a variety of reasons and use my promo code, TheQuartering, to save big at checkout. Look, Meta PCs offers custom configurations. It has insane parts availability. They're one of the few people I see out there with the brand new NVIDIA 3090 in stock and shipping. When you buy from them, they offer you build photos as they work along. When you receive your PC, it's ready to go out of the box. It's 100% US-based sales and support. And one of my favorite things, it's a veteran-owned business. Meta PCs is veteran-owned. One of Meta's owners has served in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in the Meta Operations Center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. Meta PCs also offers financing. Head on over to MetaPC at metapcs.com. Use code TheQuartering at checkout to save money and support my content. If nothing else, go configure a PC, build a little wish list, and when you're ready, remember to use code TheQuartering at checkout at MetaPCs. I know I'll be getting myself a brand new one before the end of the year. Check out metapcs.com. Hey, maybe you're not in the market right now, but they're a great company run by great people. They've worked with this channel for a long time, and I'm glad to be partnered with them. Gamer or not, Meta PCs has basically what everyone could possibly need. Netflix's Cowboy Bebop script coordinator claims audiences are, quote, missing out on canceled season 2. Previously revealed show was inspired by radical left-wing YouTuber. Oh, okay, well, sounds like this is a must miss. It sounds like there's not really any reason to be concerned, but, you know, I suppose we could give them their due and read in a little bit more. Hot on the heels of its cancellation, Naomi Markman, the script coordinator for Netflix's Cowboy Bebop, recently took to Twitter to tease that audiences were, quote, missing out on a second season of the series, only to then cry victim when met with criticism from fans who, having seen the results of the unsurprisingly awful first season, expressed extreme doubt in her claim. This is via Spencer Bakuli over on Bounding into Comics. Markman's turnabout came as a part of a series of tweets made in lamentation of the abysmal live-action adaptation's cancellation, which began on December 9th with her declaration to, quote, not to rub your faces in it, but as an individual who's read Cowboy Bebop Season 2 scripts more than anyone else in this world, you're missing out. It's like, I mean, how delusional are you? And then after facing a deluge of pushback from audiences, many of whom have asked, if Season 2 was supposed to be so great, what happened in Season 1? Markman asked the very same people she previously antagonized, quote, my dear troll friends, because, you know, anybody who issues criticism is, of course, a troll. Do you realize that literally hundreds of people lost their jobs today people we loved and cared about, we're going to be emotional. Also, most, if not all of us, found out today with the public. Well, nobody was forcing you to run to Twitter, were they? Nobody was forcing you to run to Twitter and talk about it. And on top of all of that, nobody really cares, because Naomi, in her own replies, celebrated. So it says, just because you don't like the food at a restaurant doesn't mean you would celebrate when it closes down. The F? You wouldn't mock waiters or chefs. I beg of you to touch some grass and give someone a hug that you love. My entire life was turned upside down less than 12 hours ago, along with hundreds of my dearest peers. Consider having a GD ounce of compassion or empathy. Oh, we're going to see, because you know what's coming, right? The vast majority of Bebop fans, live or animated, are both cool, by the way, obviously. Oh, okay. Don't mock people when they get fired, huh? Okay. Is this you? Happy Castle got canceled. I like the show, but don't like the message that you can continue on without your leading ladies. Oops. Oops. Oopsie. Is that you, Naomi, doing exactly what you're pretending to be offended by? And here you see, here, Master of the TDS puts, you don't get to play victim after the main actress of the show came out and attacked the fans before it ever even aired. I'm sorry you're upset, but you don't get to allow behavior one way and then balk when it gets returned. Don't dish it out if you can't take it. Look, this person, as far as I know, wasn't the antagonistic one in the beginning. Maybe they were and I just didn't see it. But you see, jobs we loved and cared about. Weird how the final product didn't show any of that. Sounds to me like blackmail. Darn right. It's because, Jet, you're black and you're a male. Ooh, great writing. Great writing. Now, this is kind of part of the original, the whole problem with the show is that they never understood the tone and tenor of what the show had to be and what the fans liked about it. And by the way, Naomi was saying that. It says, if you don't see how telling a story about forced hormonal gender transition could be harmful in modern political landscape, I beg of you to consider the power of media. Shout out to the effervescent Mason A. Park. Cowboy Bebop actor explains how Gren is reimagined as non-binary. Wait, hold on, let me get the word.
Reimagined.
I think that's right. Like, if Hollywood says something's been if Hollywood says something's been
reimagined,
it's absolute trash. Like, reimagined just means that it's garbage. That they are, and then you also have them, love to all my trans comrades. Comrades. Girl, you wouldn't last a week. For somebody on Twitter as much as you have no idea. You wouldn't make it a week in a real communist country. It's hilarious to me. Of course, again, I don't I get it. We're all kind of subject to it from time to time about, how you may take some joy in people getting fired or whatever. But this is what happens when essentially you are antagonistic towards the fandom. They're going to come for their pound of flesh. Remember that Cowboy Bebop sucked. It was just terrible. And then you had Daniela Panetta, who was out there like, oh, I could never have done stunts. She doesn't really look like she's in that great a shape anyway. Obviously, pot calling kettle black for me. I get it. But I mean, she didn't exactly look super fit. So I'm not sure exactly what kind of stunts she couldn't have done dressed like Faye Valentine. But one only needs to do is turn on the WWE and see all those great female athletes who are doing top rope double twist corkscrew flips wearing less than Faye Valentine was. The best part too was Danielle Panetta started some other TV show or movie where she was wearing like hot pants and some other really short thing. So she claims that, she's unable to act wearing that, except that wasn't the case at all. And I mean, you have somebody who Again, these people come into the fandom and they just want you to worship them. They tell you that they read the book or that they really respect the characters, but they don't. And these frauds are almost always found out. It's exactly what happened with Kevin Smith. And now it's happening with this gaggle of weirdos who are working on Cowboy Bebop. Of course, Marksman's seeming inability to recognize why Cowboy Bebop was near universally rejected by everyone comes as no surprise given how precisely she revealed that a scene involving a disingenuously gender-swapped version of Gren, as played by non-binary actor Mason Alexander Park, was inspired by a commentary video by a trans woman and far-left political commentator ContraPoints. According to the script coordinator, a scene in which Gren cringe-inducingly addresses guests at Anna's Jazz Club, Shonen Shoujo, and all you dirty folks in between, was a direct homage to a moment in one of ContraPoint's videos, titled What's Wrong with Capitalism Part 2, in which the commentator jokes glamour is very important to us, the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, and all those filthy Q's. I mean, this is what happens. This is why all these weirdos do self-inserts, and this is why, you know, they don't like the fans. As one fan aptly puts, this is why you don't have a job anymore. And they couldn't be more right. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.